Holy smokes, let me check my pulse. I'm alive for another year. Hallelujah. Let's get those jazz hands going today. Happy 2025. Going to be some changes underway for the year. Let's get into it. Very good morning to all of you. Yes, I'm still fighting this influenza life and death struggle I've been in for the better part of the last week or so, but it's not going to dissuade me from wishing all of you a wonderful 2025. And on January 4th of 2025 will be, I don't know, starting my 13th, 14th, I don't know, 84th year here on, on YouTube, and years that I've really enjoyed. And when I think about all the time I spent on YouTube and all the people that have come into my life and been a part of my life, and most of them still are, it has been one amazing, crazy journey. And well, it's been wonderful. When I first joined YouTube, I remember like it was yesterday, their little tagline was broadcast your life. And I've been doing that for, 13 years, starting year number 14, 13 or 14. Who in the hell knows? I don't know what the hell. What am I, a math genius? Anyway, 2025 promises to be a year of a little bit of change, particularly for me, because, well, for one thing, Rosie ain't no spring chicken anymore. One thing I learned at the end of 2024 is I'm not indestructible either. And you talk about a mule kick in the head when I thought to myself on Christmas Eve, I got this like little persistent, little tiny cough. Oh well, I'm Rosie. It'll be all right. The old war horse, clip, clop, clip. And by Christmas night, and then on this Friday and Saturday, I'm over at the ER. I'm like, okay, the old war horse took a direct hit on this job, right? The old war horse from Baltimore has sustained an injury. And I thought to myself, well, you know, you bit off a lot the month of November, of course, with the enormous fundraiser, second annual fundraiser, which I have no regrets, which was definitely needed. Because when I got off the phone with Father Creer just at the end of the month there in Las Vegas, they had 181 people for breakfast on, Monday, right? The last Monday in December, and I thought to myself, my goodness, unsustainable. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, but I pushed my stuff, also went back and did repairs and things like that. And also the weather, leaving Las Vegas and coming back to Santa Rosa is like right into the soup. It's cold, it's miserable, it's rainy, your feet are never dry, blah, blah, you know, the usual kind of stuff. The rainy season, like everybody, cry me a river, Rosie, right? It's going to be 15 below zero up here. Okay, I hear you. I feel your pain. But as Einstein has taught us for many years, everything is relative to the perspective of the individual, right? And I'm always spoiled, you know. Rosie's always good old Roosevelt's always jazz hands, like happy, sunny kind of weather kind of person. And I love that. So there's going to be some changes made for 2024. You know, I've been a daily content creator, and my intent is to continue to do so. But I've been pushed and pushed. And when I do, you know, the fun stuff, the metal detecting, the crabbing, the cooking and stuff like that, I have a blast doing that. And people enjoy it. But the one thing I really found out at the end of 2024 was they're hungry for some really meaty discussions and content. Apart from the usual, let's chase clicks and views and let's just rehash what somebody else about. You know, the world's ending, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, we know that the world's ending, right? I mean, the only question is when, right? And you're probably wrong with your time that you think it is, and I probably am too. But we're going to talk about it anyway and get everybody's jazz hands going out there. And, ooh, you know. what we need to do is get behind some of that stuff. And then recently, with the feedback I got on some of the more political, economic, sociological, theological, philosophical things, I was really surprised at the uptake that people had, and this desire to sort of just get behind the headlines and make sense of why we have such open spigots of immigration and things like that, both legal and illegal. Why are so many politicians willing to sacrifice themselves on the fires of not being reelected just to seem to uphold this agenda? And other things about the economy and what's really going on behind the scenes with funding and debt levels. I was really surprised that people really got into that sort of thing. So there's going to be more that sort of more in-depth, multifaceted analysis of what I think is going on in the world. So there may not be, daily live streams and things like that. They'll listen in the other channel, the Rosie Murphy channel, which I hope that you will subscribe to. But, I want to go deeper. I want to do a deeper dive now. Like I said, Roosevelt ain't no spring chicken, and there's only so many sunny days out there to fish and have fun before. Right, that's it. Another one bites the dust. So, right, I want to make sure I'm maximizing my time. So for 2025 is going to be, I promise it's going to piss some people off. Some of the opinions, thumbs to some of the things that are covered. But hell, if we could pull the train through the 2024 election, and basically holding 99.99% of the people that are subscribed to the channel are still here today through all that mess, regardless of which side of the political equation, which side of the teeter-totter that you're on, I feel quite sure we can gird our loins and, well, stick it out and hear all kinds of different opinions and views coming up. It's a very important thing. Many of us have children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. We care. We're patriots in our individual countries. We care about the future. But we better open our eyes to the realities of how fragile what we have really is. To wit, this is now coming up on the second anniversary since I started writing my book. And yeah, I like the way it's reading and things. I like putting it together. But it has been a tremendous undertaking, and it's going to take some time and a push to push that to a point where I think it's polished enough to present to somebody and say, what do you think? What is your take on this? It covers a lot of the waterfront. It's something that needed to be done right. We don't need another Joe Rogan just riding a populist wave in and, surfing in on that kind of stuff. We need to have thought that can actually spur in people's minds a reason and a rationale to even allow for the possibility of change within our society. Because I think we all know at this point in time, the way we are going is not conducive to a great future. And one of the main reasons is that we carry a mountain, a virtual mountain of debt, particularly in the United States of America, where $50 trillion of obligations to be funded and stuff, and even some of the big bond houses that you've never heard of that are really deep dealers in treasury securities and stuff like that, they're starting to get the nervous jazz hands, right, about how they're going to take down and place that much debt in the weeks to come and in the months to come and in the years to come. One thought I'll leave you with is, in any society, the measure of risk is directly proportional to the interest rates on long-term debt obligations. We're like almost 4.6% on 10-year notes here. China, on the other hand, about 1.59% on 10-year. So really, there's something going on in the United States right now. It's flying underneath the radar. We'll be talking a lot about that coming up too, and potential threats to investments. Also, are we always so sure that inflation is going to be the big thing in the future? The biggest surprise right now would be if we were to enter into some sort of rampant deflation. Following along on the tails of countries like places like Europe and Asia. So there's going to be a lot of things we're talking about besides the fun things that we do. I'm going to continue doing live streams. I'm going to continue to do volunteer work and have you guys involved in that. I don't glom on to something like St. Joe's in downtown Vegas, have a little bit of a ride and then hop off and say, oh, that was cool, you know, right? Punch my ticket. See you later, boys. No, I'm on for the long haul, just like I up here. Things that I also do in my own handyman business to keep things going and pay the bills, to the point that I'm so far behind in work that's expected of me now that I'm going to get sick again if I think about it. But today is a day to celebrate a new year, another year upright on this planet, on this planet Earth. When I think back in history to the oy vey, the people that I have outlived that died at ages much younger than I, it's astounding to me, right? When I look at old pictures of like Robert E. Lee and stuff, and he was younger than I was. I mean, there I go again. I might not be here tomorrow. Who the hell knows? But anyway, I do want to wish you all a very happy 2025 and hope that you'll be along for 2025, the ride. I think events are going to accelerate a lot. And to just hit that subscribe button, just so you keep your toe in. You don't have to watch every goofy thing I do. Yeah, the viewership goes up when I'm about to get, confronted on the streets of Las Vegas or something. But there are a few things I say that you might want to hear, and a few differences of opinion, and a few ideas that you may not hear anywhere else. It's not from 20, 30, 40-year-old talking heads. Sometimes you need to listen to the people that have been around for decades, that understand where we came from in point A and where we are at point B. It's not enough to just say as a 30-year-old, 20-year-old, 40-year-old, oh, well, here's where it was, here's where we are. You got to know how the hell we got there, right? There's a whole lot of history and a whole lot of stuff that shapes thought. That's a little more than just taking a mind from point A to point B, especially if we want to have a better world in the future. So subscribe and hit that bell for all notifications. And once again, happy 2025. Your thumbs up are appreciated. Your New Year's wishes welcome down below. Thanks, everybody.